the approved orders to go ahead to the CIA and other members of the U.S. government. If they find bin Laden, it's okay to kill him if necessary, and that apparently has been what has happened just now. Chris Lawrence is our Pentagon correspondent. Chris, what are you picking up?
Yeah, well, I just got done speaking with a defense official who said right now there has been no change to the security procedures at the bases there in Afghanistan. There's a point that you brought up earlier with John King about the fact that obviously there could be a counterpunch by al-Qaeda and its allies and its sympathizers to what has happened here now and what is about to be announced, in that they may try to strike back in retaliation for the death of Osama bin Laden. So again, no change right now in the security procedures in the bases in Afghanistan. And I think now, in just some of the conversations I had with defense officials, a lot of the attention has already started to turn and will be turning even more now to the man called Anwar al-Awlaki. You know, he is a U.S.-born radical cleric. He speaks English. He uses the internet. He uses social media to try to reach out and convert new followers. He's sort of the new breed. 10 years later, post bin Laden, he's using a lot of the current technology to recruit followers and inspire attacks. More of the attention than ever may now focus on him, Wolf.
Yeah, he's the head of al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula, based in Yemen, an American-born cleric who obviously has a following out there. I'm also very curious, as I'm sure you are, Chris, about the number 2 al-Qaeda leader, Ayman al-Zawahiri, the Egyptian physician who's been with bin Laden all of these years. There was always widespread speculation as Ayman al-Zawahiri hiding together with bin Laden, or they separated, moved in different directions. We don't know the fate of Ayman al-Zawahiri right now, but presumably we'll get some more information on that from the President of the United States. He was supposed to address the nation almost an hour ago, 10:30 p.m. Eastern. It's now getting closer and closer to 11:30 p.m. Eastern. He's going to be going into the East Room of the White House fairly soon and speaking to all of us and telling us what's going on. He'll make it all official. He'll give us the perspective as only a president of the United States can give that perspective. He'll also look ahead. What does this mean for the United States right now? What does this mean for U.S. citizens? What does it mean for U.S. allies, U.S. friends throughout the world? Al-Qaeda has been a terrorist organization, not only attacking U.S. targets, but targets all over the world, whether in Europe, Africa, Asia, in the Middle East. Certainly, we've seen the death that's been wreaked by al-Qaeda over the years. John King is watching all of this. John, as I say, it's almost an hour since the president was supposed to speak, but as you and I know, having both covered the White House, the final draft of a critically important statement like this that will go down in history, probably one of the most important statements this president will make as president of the United States. They want to fine-tune it to make sure it is precisely what they want to say, no room for error whatsoever.
And Wolf, so often we use the term historic, and let's admit tonight we use it too often. Tonight, let's use it with a capital H. The President of the United States is going to walk into the East Room of the White House and announce to the American people and announce to the world that the United States has confirmed the killing and the death, and he is convinced of Osama bin Laden, who has become the face of global terrorism, who has become the face, enemy number 1, if you will, of the United States of America. Known most of all as the nefarious figure who orchestrated the 9/11 attacks, the singular, most deadly attack against the United States of America. Everybody who was alive on that day remembers where they were when the Twin Towers fell, when the Pentagon was attacked, when there was a fear that the White House or that the United States Capitol would be under attack, when the plane hit the field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. And as we reflect on that moment, and as every American remembers their anger, their outrage at that moment, it's also worth remembering that is not the only scars Osama bin Laden has inflicted on the people of the United States and others around the world. It was November 1998. He was indicted in 1998 on 220